Hello to everyone who are watching this video. This video is about climate change. Climate change and global warming are often used interchangeably but have distinct meanings. Global warming applies to the long-term trend of the average global temperature. Climate change is a broader term that reflects the fact that carbon pollution does more than just warm our planet. Human activities from pollution to overpopulation are driving up the Earth's temperature and fundamentally changing the world around us. The main cause is a phenomenon known as the greenhouse effect. Gases in the atmosphere such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and chlorofluorocarbons let the sun's light in, but keep some of the heat from escaping. Like the glass walls of a greenhouse, the more greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, the more heat gets trapped, strengthening the greenhouse effect and increasing the Earth's temperature. Human activities like the burning of fossil fuels have increased the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere by more than a third since the Industrial Revolution. The rapid increase in the greenhouse gases in the atmosphere has warmed the planet at an alarming rate. While Earth's climate has fluctuated in the past, atmospheric carbon dioxide hasn't reached today's level in hundreds of thousands of years. Climate change has consequences for our oceans, our weather, our food sources, and our health. Ice sheets such as Greenland and Antarctica are melting. The extra water that was once held in glaciers caused sea levels to rise and spills out of the oceans, flooding coastal regions. Warmer temperatures also makes weather extremes. This means not only more intense major storms, floods, and heavy snowfall, but also longer and more frequent droughts. These changes in weather pose challenges. Growing crops becomes more difficult. The areas where plants and animals can live shift, and water supplies are diminished. In addition to creating new agricultural challenges, climate change can directly affect people's physical. In urban areas, the warmer atmosphere creates an environment that traps and increases the amount of smog. This is because smog contains ozone particles which increase rapidly at higher temperatures. Exposure to higher level of smog can cause health problems such as asthma, heart disease, and lung cancer. While the rapid rate of climate change is caused by humans are also the ones who can combat it. If we work to replace fossil fuels with renewable energy sources like solar and wind, which don't produce greenhouse gas emissions, we might still be able to prevent some of the worst effects of climate change. Why is climate change a problem? The climate crisis means more extreme weather, which means more damaged infrastructure, more lives and livelihoods lost to hurricanes, floods, and wildfires. It means more negative health outcomes from heat and lung diseases linked to poor air quality to increased rates of vector-borne disease as pests, whose ranges are limited by temperature expanse as environmental conditions. How is the climate change affecting the planet right now? Climate change is already having a serious impact on the world we live in today. Storms are getting stronger and stronger, heat waves are getting longer and more dangerous. Worsening allergy seasons and other respiratory worries. Burning fossil fuels doesn't only pollute our air directly with irritants like particulate matter and soot. As greenhouse gases accumulate in the atmosphere and average temperature rise, they also contribute to higher levels of ground level ozone that can cause acute and long-term respiratory problems. Is there really anything we can do about climate change? Yes! The solution to the climate crisis are numerous, but they boil down to one shared goal. We need to decarbonize our economies, and we need to do it as rapidly as possible. We need to cut fossil fuels emissions in half and achieve net zero emissions. This means moving very quickly to leave oil, coal, and natural gas behind and accelerate the just transitions to clean energy already underway around the world. Now let's move on how can we help to prevent climate change as a student. If your destination is close enough, maybe even consider walking or riding a bike. Carbon dioxide is a major contributor to climate change, and vehicles are a large portion of the CO2 humanity produces. In fact, it's estimated that for every 2-mile car trip you take, 2 pounds of CO2 are put into the atmosphere. You can also help out recycling and reusing things when you can. Rather than throwing things away, see if you can find another use for them or donate them to charity if the product is still good. Recycling helps fight climate change because it takes less energy to make a product from recycled products than starting from scratch. Also, consider buying things with less packaging in the first place or items that use recyclable packaging. Consider eating less meat when you can, as the animal agriculture industries emit a large amount of greenhouse gases. The last thing you can do is to inspire others to join in the fight against the climate change. I hope you learned something new about climate change. This is me, Arabella, reporting. Bye!